because I just finished The Riders. Wow. I was getting so frustrated with this book. I'm just going to tell you what the big thing is at the start, but that consumes the whole book. If you don't want to know, then fast forward to when I'm not holding the book up. I don't know. Fancy booktubers know the time stamp, but I have no idea. So, yeah, he's in Ireland preparing the house for his wife and daughter to come over, and then just his daughter arrives. And then he's consumed by finding his wife, who is pregnant. And he travels through Europe with his daughter to track her down. What was really frustrating me was his all-consuming quest, and he was dragging this little girl behind him the whole time. She was so traumatized by having to leave her mother that she wasn't talking, and he was completely consumed by finding his wife, that he was neglecting his daughter, and that was just driving me nuts, and I didn't really get the point. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, it twigged that this is what this book is about. This book is about not really knowing another person in your life that you claim to love so much and need so much. There's a little person. And about being so attached and so dependent on somebody else that the thought of not having them around just absolutely takes over to the point where you will do anything to get them back. And so the neglecting of the daughter and all of that sort of stuff was done so well, and then towards the end of the book it shifts in sort of the role between the father and the daughter, and that relationship shifts, and it's so well done because it highlights the very point that I think that I'm supposed to take from this book. It's not a thing about having kids or anything like that. It's just about kind of what you really need. And when you are completely blinded by love and by dependency, that you can't see that it's taking you away. But the child sees that, and the child can bring you back. Very cool. Now that I'm reflecting on it, I only just turned the last page. I'm just so impressed. Tim Winton's done it again. It's fabulous. And with the same, flair of writing that he always seems to have. Yeah, I really loved this. This was published in 1994. I probably should look up whether this was his first book. But one of the kind of reviews, the little blurbs, said, "I'm sure we'll be seeing more from Mr. Winton." So that suggests to me it is one of his first ones. And yeah, you do see a lot. I don't know how many books he's got. I've got on my shelf right now 7 books that are unread. One I read a long time ago, and this is my 3rd Tim Winton that I've read. What I like about Tim Winton is he takes a really core concept to human nature and human struggle and creates a story around that. For me, for the last 3 books, has always been so cleverly told. Yeah. If you haven't read Tim Winton, I would highly recommend it. I just think his writing's amazing. Anything by him, I'm sure, would be great. But I've read The Riders, I've read Breath, and I've read The Shepherd's Hut, and they're all fabulous. So yeah, that was a good stint of reading, wasn't it? I just might take a breath and pick up a new book a bit later on. There's a little one awake, so I might play some games with him, have a bit of a cuddle. I love that morning stint of reading. I love it so much. Okay, let's start the day. This is our project for today. This is my poor, neglected top 50 Australian books list. I made a video ages ago. If I remember, I'll link it below. This is kind of a movable list where I can move the books around and then have it always with me, and by the end of my life will come up with my top 50 Australian reads. And because it's Aussie April, then I need to kind of keep updating this. So this started off on paper, and then I made this fabric, and it's just sticky Velcro dots. Can you see that? But the stickiness is wearing off. So today I'm intending to sew on all these sticky backings, and then we need to do a huge update with all of the Aussie books that I've read since I last updated. And there's a few, so we'll be moving this around. So every time I sit down in my chairs and I look, I go, God, I've really got to get to that, and I just never do. But today is going to be the day, so I'm going to start now. Now that I still only have one child awake, and I've made porridge for breakfast, so I have some time. What am I doing with this? Oh gosh. Okay, I'm going to get started, and we can have fun updating it today. It's always a lot of fun. Okay, I thought I could get away with the old hand sewing on this, but my needles aren't going to go through, so I need to pull out the sewing machine. Best laid plans. I've hit a snag. I can't do this with the sewing machine. Okay, I did it. I finished sewing on all the little backings. I don't want to show you because it's dodgy as. Look, we had some issues. See, I just ended up doing a little cross. Can you even see that? We couldn't do the sewing machine because every time we put the needle through, it came back sticky because the back of them is sticky. I couldn't get the same reason hand sewing, so I had to kind of sew around it to hold it on. I don't know if this will work. We'll probably be talking again in a month with it being dodgy as. But anyway, it's done. And now I've also written up the books that I've read. So let me pop you somewhere and we'll put them on the chart together. For those of you who haven't seen this before, I write down every Australian book that I read on these little cards with Velcro on the back. And I place them and rank them into, best to worst. So At the top, oh gosh, I'm covering up. So at the top is Flames by Robiana. That's just a given. And then it goes down from there to the book that I like the least out of the 50 books. And the more books I read and love, the harder this gets to rank. So yeah, now that I've written down these book names, this is going to be really hard to decide. And the first one is Mullumbimby by Melissa Lukashenko. I really enjoyed this book. First Nations author, First Nations story, spirituality, everything. I loved it, loved it, loved it. So it's up the top. So I kind of work backwards. I kind of say, do I love it more than? So I love it more than The Museum of Modern Love, Mr. Wig, Sophie Laguna's stuff. Oh. Do I love it more than The Arsonist? Yes. Preservation? Yes. Oh, you can't see. Where the Trees Were? No. Yes. I think it belongs here. I think it belongs under Where the Trees Were by Inga Simpson and above Preservation by Jock Sarong. That's where I'm going to pop it. So then I move everything down and slot it in. So give me a minute. Okay, that one's on. Oh, let's just do this now. Home, that I just finished by Larissa Berendt, that I loved. Another First Nations author. Hooray. I loved it more, loved it more. This is where it's going to get to, like with these three here. I loved it more than Preservation, but I didn't love it more than Mullumbimby, so I need to put it in the middle here. So back to my Velcroing. Oh, The Riders, that I just finished this morning by Tim Winton. Where I didn't love it more than The Restorer, no. I loved it more than The Harp in the South by Ruth Park, but I didn't love it more than The Life to Come by Michelle D. Kratzer. No, I didn't love it more than that. So it's going to go in there. Nest by Inga Simpson. I've got a few Inga Simpsons on the board here. I didn't love it more than Mr. Wig by Inga Simpson, so I have to come under that. It's down. I did love it more than The Riders, though. I did love it more than The Life to Come. Okay, so it's going to sit in here, under The Restorer and above The Life to Come. They're all around this. Oh, my goodness. They're all around this area at the moment. Interesting. Okay. Oh, the feel-good hit of the year, the memoir I just read. That's down a bit. I'm going to go down in this little pocket down here. I'm just going to move the Hate Race up and the Lebs up. But I did like it more than the Bee in the Orange Tree, so I'm going to pop it there. Oh, Room for a Stranger by Melanie Cheng, the book that felt like a warm hug. Yeah, I really liked that. It's going to be around here somewhere, I think. This one's a hard one. Where the hell am I going to put this? I'm going to start down a bit lower and see what I liked it more than. I liked it more than these guys, The Madonna of the Mountain. I liked it more than Before I Let You Go. Terra Nullius is a great book. It just has that dystopian aspect, which just I can't sit with. It's a very important, heartbreaking, amazing book. But it's just not my complete book. So that's why it's down so low. And every time I see it down there, I think, oh, that doesn't fit, but it does. I like it more than The Riders. Yeah. I think I'm going to put it up here. Okay. Above the riders, it's just all in this space. I didn't like it more than Nest by Inga Simpson. So, yeah. In here. Okay. God, that was a hard decision. It's such a good book. And you think, oh, I'll just go to the... Oh, wait up. There's so many good books ahead of it. Give me a sec. Okay. Here we go. Fits in there. That's what I said, didn't I? Oh, no, one more down. Okay. Okay. Oh, goodness. That seems so weird to put that down so low. Okay, one more. Oh, Bruni by Heather Rose. My rant book. Okay, what's that about again? Yes. It's down the bottom. Let's go down. Right, we're down here. I think it's right down the bottom here. That's insane. Yeah. I think it goes above The Death of Noah Glass, but below The Glad Shout by Alice Robinson. It's the bottom. So that's it. We've got the list. Nothing cracked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, there's the 10. Nothing cracked the top 10, but we came close. We had these kind of cluster here and then a cluster down here. So it's kind of middle of the road. But there you go. The list is done. I'd highly encourage anybody to kind of make one of these because it's really interesting to, like, you have to kind of back up your thoughts. And especially with Room for a Stranger, I had a lot of I loved it, but I didn't love it as much. And that's an interesting process to go through. Mine's easy with Australian books. I know that Heidi from My Reading Life, she did it with non-fiction. So anyway, there you go. A project achieved for the day. I'm glad that's back on track and now I can look at it with trust and enjoy. I'm glad that's back on track. Okay, I have to do some work. Work's been calling me while I've been videoing. So I need to do that. I need some water. And then, and then I'll pick another book this afternoon and sit down and read. Okay, let's just get some work done. Hi. This is not the ideal time to be signing off on this vlog, but I need to sign off on the vlog. I got some sad news this afternoon, so it's fine. Everybody's fine. Just a dear friend passed, and that's just made me very reflective and sad. And I was just sitting out here on the veranda after I held it together to get their kids their dinner. I've got a gin. I just had a big cry session and I thought, oh crap, I've got to close out the vlog. There's no way I'm going to read anything more today. We'll start again tomorrow. Just need a night of release and then we'll be back. Oh gosh, I look puffy. I gotta go. I'll talk to you tomorrow.